How's it going, everyone? Today is November 15th, 2019, and this is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. Hello, good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. This is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. We are looking at two trades here. We're looking at an AUD USD sell and a Wall Street 30 sell. It looks like we're about $9 in the money on the AUD USD. We're going to go ahead and make our orders for to be able to get out of these trades on half of full potential here. Let's go ahead and bring out the calculator. 43 divided by 2 is 2150. So we're going to go ahead and make that 2150. All right, so we have our working order there, and then we have 67.50. So we're going to go ahead and make that. 67.50 divided by 2 is 33.75. $33.75. Looks like Wall Street 30 is getting a little bit of a push up here. All right, so this is what we're looking at. So on the AUD USD, we're right on that -1 as resistance. This is actually yesterday's deviation. So as you can see, we are seeing some nice divergence. So we should see some nice pullbacks down. If we go into the Wall Street 30 on Thinkorswim, we can see that this price has just been lingering around this area for quite some time. We've just been seeing a lot of upward momentum, but I'm starting to think that we're going to start to see a nice big pull down because we have so much area to fill. I mean, we've just been doing nothing but go up this entire time. I'm thinking that it's probably time that we start to see some downward momentum and start to see, and we also see a double top that's happened here as well. Let me bring up the pin and we can show that as well. So we are seeing a nice double top that's happening and some beautiful divergence that's happening here. So we should see a nice down play happen here very, very shortly. But let me get the pin tool and we'll show that. All right. So as you can see here, we have this nice move upwards, and we are now forming basically a double top. So what needs to happen is that price needs to come up and then break this structure here, which is where yesterday's set was, is right about there. So as long as we can break that, we should be in the clear. So we just need to break that in a nice downward momentum spike, and then we will see a nice profit from that particular trade. But we are seeing a big move up on just the 1 minute chart. So as you can see here. So we could probably add on to the position if we really wanted to, which is probably what we'll do. We bought in at the 23, which is right down here. So we can add into that position, or we can add on to other positions. But what I'm thinking is that we probably go ahead and add on to a possible, we have 45 minutes for this particular trade. What we can potentially do here is possibly add on into a 847 if we can get some good prices here, which we are getting. And let's see. Let's get ready to buy in at a possible, well, Nadex is going to be finicky. 1 second. All right, we just had to refresh the page. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go back into the Wall Street 30, see what we're seeing here, and possible, we're seeing a nice double top now. So if Nadex doesn't give us any sort of craziness, we can possibly get into this. It's going to be crazy again. 1 second while I try to figure this out. All right, so we are back here, and hopefully Nadex will work with us now. So we're going to go ahead and get in some more prices here. We're going to go ahead and just keep watching the, thinking that we can probably go ahead and add on maybe 20 positions. Whoops. 20 positions on this particular price. This is looking like a really good price now. I think what we're going to go ahead and do is close out for the $130 loss on this one. Finally show you guys a loss. We're looking at a $130 loss right now. Let's go ahead and see what AUD USD is doing. Well, since we bought into this new order, we're going to have to go ahead and close this one out. So we're looking at $130 loss as of right now. Let's see what AUD USD is doing. AUD USD. Let's see, we're at the 6806. Not seeing a lot of... we're seeing a nice zone, which isn't really working in our favor right now. So as you can see here, and since we bought in right here, we're not really getting a good price. We got in at 43, so we're probably not at a really good price for that. So as price starts to move down, if we get into like, you know, $30 profit, we'll probably go ahead and just close the trade out, just because of we've got this we have this big order for the Wall Street 30, and we have a $130 loss. If we get in at a $30 gain, we can be at about a $100 loss, and then we can basically kind of trail into our profits with this order from the Wall Street 30. So we're going to go ahead and see that, but it looks like the Wall Street 30 is starting to move down. We have, looking at my other charts here, I can see that the Wall Street 30 on the 1 minute chart has formed a nice engulfing candle pattern. So we should start to see some nice pull downs here, but it's going to be about if price really wants to do that. It really wants to keep going up. The buyers are really trying to get this price to really keep going up. Not really surprising. So we're going to go ahead and go back into the AUD USD, see what we're seeing here, but we can really see everything's just not wanting to work today. Computer's being weird. Nadex is being weird. Okay, so we have you can see that the AUD USD is in an overbought position as well. So we should see a little bit of a pull down, maybe not too big, but we shall see what happens. We've got a lot. Excuse me. We have a lot. We have a lot of area to fill. So all this right here needs to be filled up. Now we're seeing a huge spike up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, AUD USD. Looks like we're reaching into new highs. If we don't capture this, if we break this zone, if we potentially just break it, then we're going to close out this one as well. It looks like we're going to probably do that. Yeah, we've definitely done that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and look to see. So now we're looking at a 260. So we're going to go ahead and close that one. So 260, we're going to go ahead and go and close this pending order. So we're looking at a 260 loss as of right now, but it's no big deal because we have our big position here that can potentially make us some big money. So we're going to go ahead and keep watching this. And we still have 38 minutes left, and it looks like it's broken into new highs. So let's see where it's trying to go. This is yesterday's positive 5 plus 0.5. We can still see some nice divergence going into play here. So we should see some nice. So we've got the equity to be able to get into a better position here. So we might be able to do that too. This is 5.9, so excuse me. So let's see. We'll go ahead and put this in for another 25 at a sell. All right, so these are all out of the money contracts. So that's how we look at that. We have about a 260 loss that we're trying to regain. We're going to go ahead and look and to see for some sells here as well at 20. Just stacking in the trades for this push down. But I mean, as you can see, prices at all-time highs again. We should start to see some, I mean, even though we've broken, this is on a 15-minute chart. So potentially we should see some nice wick action, and we'll see this nice push down. But what needs to happen is that this zone needs to be broken like it was right here. It needs to be fully broken on the downside, and then we should see some nice profit from there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. We have 30 minutes. No, they're not 30 minutes. We have 36 minutes. We have 36 minutes until these expire. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video, and we're going to come back and see what happens. All right, and we are back. It looks like we had a $260 loss as of right now. It looks like we are about to kind of fill that into some nice profit here. On the 1 minute chart, we have a nice engulfing pattern, huge structure to the downside. Looks like we are about to start filling in some nice gap. Let's go back into Nadex and see. Thinkorswim and see. 5 minute chart is about to fill into a nice engulfing pattern as well, which will be really good in our favor. We're going to keep watching this. Looks like some more upward momentum. But it looks like if we get some good pricing, this is our 4-7. So we definitely want to start seeing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get ready for our positioning here. We're going to go ahead and just kind of do this mentally. So we're going to put this at. We got this at 4. Let's see, 50, 75. We're going to go ahead and make this 26. Then we got this one at 69. So we're going to go ahead and make that one 69. Will be 35. I'm just going to do 35. I'm just going to get it to the closest. Let's go ahead and see what the next one is. The next one is 72. So we want to see 30. I'm just going to say 40 on this one. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say 50 on this one because it's so high up there. All right, perfect. So we have our working orders in now. So what we're seeing here is a potential, and now we're seeing a nice, basically what the market is doing is it's trying to create confusion, and it's going to confuse a lot of people, but what's going to end up happening is that what we can see is on a 5 minute chart, we have basically, you can see that this candle does not want to create new highs. This one right there, it does not want to create new highs, which is good for us. So it has about roughly 2 minutes left until that candle's over with. And if we go into the 1 minute chart, we can really see the beauty here. Go ahead and zoom in on this one. We can really start to see the beauty of this trade start to form. So as you can see, we had this huge move right here start to form. Now, this is the first time we've really seen something big within the new highs. I mean, we saw it here, and that's what we're potentially going to see. I mean, we can see that we had some huge moves down. We only had one huge move up, and then we're going to start to see some huge moves down. So hopefully, if we keep going at this cycle, we should start to see big moves down. Now you can see that price is somewhat trying to break this Keltner here, and if we can see the upward Keltner kind of do one of these numbers and basically kind of look like this, that will be in our favor. So we're trying to see price kind of go down and hit into here and maybe just keep going down, break this structure here. If we can break the structure, then pretty much we'll be in the clear. Probably all of our trades will be in profit. But as you can see, price is trying to re-break this zone. If we break it, then we'll probably just keep watching the trade, maybe add on positions and just seeing what we can do. But it's all about patience here. We still have 30 minutes, pretty much 30 minutes exactly until the trade is over with. And but it looks like we are forming, again, a really nice double top. We're seeing some divergence. We are overbought. We are at the high of the day, which is really, really important. So we can kind of watch that. So we're going to go ahead and come back and pause the video, and we'll come back. All right, I wanted to come back and kind of show you guys what's really kind of going on with price right now. It looks like it's really having a tough time breaking the bottom section of this zone. If we go into Thinkorswim, you can really kind of see it. It's as if price does not want to break this because it knows if it breaks it, will break and then come back and then go into new structure lows. So it looks like it's really having a tough time. Looks like we're about to start getting there, but every single time it hits it, it goes down. So we're going to go ahead and close this trade out for we'll close out for 135, 120. Okay, 120. So we're at the 120 plus the 260. So 120 plus 260. So this is our loss. Whoops, this is our loss for the day. Is 380. and looks like we're about to get into, we're about $1,000 in profit. Okay, we got that one closed out, and this next one's about to be closed out. So we had that one for about 600. So we're about, say 260 plus 120 minus, or plus, well, minus 600. So we're at a 220 profit. 220 profit. We're going to go ahead and close this one out, delete that order. And then we were looking for 30, we were looking for 35. Let's see here, let's see. We're at about $200. Well, 260. 260 plus 120 minus 600 profit. So about 220. So we can go ahead and probably close this one out and take the $500 profit that we'll have. We'll go ahead and do that because the price is just not wanting to do what I wanted to do. So we got about a $500 profit here after the 260 plus the 120 loss. So we started out with 260 plus 260 plus 120 loss, and then we just closed out those positions. So we basically had a negative 3, 260 plus 180. So negative 380 position. We got 600 off that one, and then about 300 off that one. So about so it's not one to show it. So even though we had about a $500 profit day, we started out with a little bit of a negative, but that's okay. But what we basically saw is that price formed a double top from here to here, and then we basically hit new structure highs, which what this was doing was creating anybody who had stop losses up here. And once they got hit, price was trying to re-break that zone, could not, it failed. And now what's happening is that because this is a zone right here, this is now, what this was acting as support is now acting as resistance. So because this is acting as resistance now, this is even showing more of a sign that this should start to move downwards. But because price was having such a tough time breaking this, I just wanted to go ahead and close the trades out because I don't want a huge spike up to really create some more concern. And we're extremely oversold here, so we might see a big structure high, and then that's when we see the structure down below, but we only had 19 minutes left, and I didn't want to wait for those 19 minutes to see what was going to happen. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment section down below. If you're interested in our signal service, you can visit www.thrivingbull.com. There you can sign up for our signal service. We have a 5-day trial for only $30, or you can sign up for the deviation levels or a full access package, which has our auto trader. We are advancing and improving our auto trader, and we cannot wait to be able to release that to you guys. If you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment section or visit our website at www.thrivingbull.com.